KawaiiBeth and welcome to another Animal Crossing New Horizons video. Today I have something super exciting that I just found out. So this person, Ninji, I don't really know much about them, but they are a data miner and they just revealed a ton of new information. So this is spoilers for future updates. So if you don't want spoilers, I would jump off now. So anyway, they said that they found some new game code hinting at some updates that might be coming in the future, possibly into the Earth Day update, but possibly later. So let's look at what they have found out through data mining. The museum, there's entries for 2 extra museum upgrades. All 3 levels after the tent seem to contain an art section. So this could mean those stair area that we have that leads to nothing might actually lead to something. It could lead to an art section, and that would mean Red would return. There also seems to be 2 standalone buildings, the museum shop and the museum cafe, which incorporates a GYROIDS section. So GYROIDS could be coming back, as well as the cafe could be coming back. Oh my gosh, we need that. And that would mean Brewster would come back. In the museum shop, I'm not sure if we would get a new character, or maybe Celeste would stay there permanently, or maybe, I don't know, but that is really exciting. Red appears to have a ship, which he will dock at the secret beach and on the north of the island. The particular acres are called N something internally. It's Red's Japanese name. The fake art mechanic is coming back, but I don't know more details. So it's kind of not like huge right now at this point. He's gotten some information as it's just being slowly worked into the code before they can fully update it. So that's exciting, and to think that he will pretty much be like a secret. He's gonna hide on your secret beach to sell you that art. That really seems like Red's style and what he would have to do to sell things illegally. Fauna. Bushes are coming back. Azalea, hibiscus, holly, hydrangea, camellia, osmanthus. Oh my gosh, I need this. I really, really need this. Bushes, I have always loved bushes, and to think no bushes in this game just blows my mind. Those might change. List actually changed between 1.0.0 and 1.1.4. Very interesting. Vegetables that you can now grow and pick: tomatoes, wheat, sugarcane, potato, carrot, pumpkin. That's surprising. I don't know when we're going to be getting this, but I could definitely see like pumpkin to be like a seasonal thing and things like that, and tomato to be seasonal, and that would be really cool if we could grow some more vegetables. Maybe someday in the future we can craft them into food, kind of like a cooking mechanic. Oh my gosh. 1.0.0 has a file for a seafood Critterpedia page that's supposed to contain 33 items. The only one actually in the release game is the Manila clam. There's a 3rd Nook's Cranny reference, but no details on features or upgrade requirements. Oh my gosh, guys, so let's just take a moment. That would mean that we're talking about diving and deep sea creatures. A whole new section of the museum, because he did say that there were 2, and 33 of them. That's amazing. I need that in my life. And a 3rd Nook's Cranny reference, that would be great, because currently we have Nook's Cranny the beginning version, and then it upgrades after you've had Nook's Cranny for 30 days and spent a certain amount of bells there, or sold a certain amount of bells there, which I'm sure we'll all reach at 30 days. But then we're just stuck with that one. So the idea of getting another one is much appreciated. Diving will allow you to obtain fish, a different set from fishing, and seaweed. There's a portion of the save file reserved to store them already. I'm not sure how or if this ties to the Seafood Critterpedia page. Not enough info yet. So I know that he says there's not enough info yet, but I am quite sure that is it. So because diving would get you deep sea creatures, would give you that seafood section. And the fact that he says you can get seaweed. Now you could get seaweed in New Leaf, and it was one that you could donate or sell the creature. But I get the feeling in this one that it's a crafting recipe. Or crafting supply. That you can use seaweed to craft things. Maybe make our own mermaid sets. Just saying. Okay, so we got unused shopping interfaces. C, gardening. C, museum shop, ? C, real estate. C, gallery. These might not be full-fledged shops. This particular system includes Nook Miles Redemption, Bridge, slope type purchases, and Kick Shoes, for example. So this could mean possible future shops separate, but it could not. The museum shop seems to be the only one that I could see completely on their own, because C, gardening, that could mean the gardening stuff that you can buy from Timmy and Tommy. C, real estate could be that you can buy sections of land from Tom Nook. C, gallery, that would be a red. C, museum could be a museum shop, and I'm really curious what they would be selling there. A few more loose ends, which I don't have enough info to draw a conclusion on. The code that pops up a select an item box to give a villager to sell to swap a fish out act has a C, tunikichi red option. Will you be able to give him stuff? Well, that's curious. I wonder how that would work, giving stuff to Red. But there are a lot of new features in Animal Crossing New Horizons. There's a function that stores a play report Nintendo's aggregate stats on gameplay with 3 variants. Get recipe DIY, get recipe clothing, get recipe cooking. Only the DIY one is actually ever used, so the other 2 might be in the plans. So this could mean the new DIY functions could come out in the future. That would be wonderful. Some mentions of stuff in this thread have been removed from 1.1 onwards. The list following flower bush and vegetable names have been modified to list FLBU, VO, V1, V2. Instead, one mentions of red shops has gone from Sunikishi shop to tea shop. So interesting updates because he's getting this information through the updates as they work on the game. Tea shop is in what seems to be a list of doors that buildings have. Since 1.1, they've added W Office as well, which isn't actually used yet, but might be something they're working on. I'm guessing they caught on and so far, except one more thing. There's a list of types for items, and every type is used in the game, except for art and dishes. So much for a tweet, so I'll post this in a screenshot. So that's really curious that dishes could be something like food items, and art, well, we know what art could be. So, caveats. First, I'll explain how this most likely works behind the scenes, based off of my game dev experience. All of these features will exist to some degree in Nintendo's source code and data files, probably including others we don't know about. They'll be set up so that the code and data related to the feature is only compiled into the game when a particular toggle is set. Their dev's build will have lots of debugging options and menus that are excluded from the builds we get, for example. Sometimes things get overlooked, and that's what leads to leftovers like those in the thread. It's obvious that that after built 1.0.0 and sent the ROM off for manufacture, they stepped up their game a bit, so 1.1 and up have less of these leftovers. This means we've got to make do with the small bit of info that we can tell that they're work in progress features or things they've scrapped. Data files are easier to strip out than small sections of code, which is why we don't have any graphics for these. I was looking through the day-to-day update code that deals with trees and flowers and saw something curious. A loop that grows a plant calls an empty function that returns 0, and if it returns 1, call another empty function. Slightly suspicious, right? As it turns out, there's a bunch of empty functions like this which act as a FG item: plant, tree, hole, rock, fence, interspersed with other FG functions. And through leftover internal names, we can see they likely involved unreleased features. Here's another fun example of how you can how you can infer from leftovers in a game. Player pick up full item is the event flow subscript for when you press Y and your inventory is full. The message for vegetables has been left out, but the script is still there. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Which of these do you think that we are actually getting? Do you think any of them are just completely scrapped and we're not getting them? Let me know your thoughts because I am really curious. This is amazing new info and I am so excited and I hope that we get more of it. Thank you all so much for watching and I will see you all in the next video. Love you all. Bye!